Yes. Hello, everyone. So in this lecture, what we are going to do is we will be understanding approach to solve RC, reading comprehension, and we will be solving based on that approach some of the RCs, and you will find that whatever approach I am telling is helping you or not. Okay. I am definitely sure what I have done for last 7 prelims has worked for me, and some or the other bits and pieces will definitely work for you. So this is not the ultimate strategy. This is my approach to solving reading comprehension, and let us see if how it can help you. Okay. So I'm sharing my screen. It will be a quick lecture. Okay. So as start, like the start of every lecture, I would like to emphasize on this quote that give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, and teach a man how to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. So I am here to, teach you all how to fish. Okay. I don't want you to be dependent on me that I will give you some content of RC and you will be mugging up those content. Or let me be very clear, this is not a trick of RC solving. This is not a lecture. I am going to tell you logical way of doing RC, the my way of doing RC, and you are going to pick whatever is suitable for you. Okay, and I will try my best that you learn that skill by hand holding. I will hand hold. I will ask you questions. You will answer. You will participate in the lecture, and with that, you will be able to learn how to do the things exactly independently. So this is the agenda of this class. Okay, so just a quick activity. Whatever are your thoughts regarding reading comprehensions, just list it down. 20 to 30 seconds, everybody. Whatever activity I am telling in this session, please do it. It will definitely help you understand RC better. Okay. So just please write down whatever your thoughts are regarding RC. You are feeling, RC is very easy, or RC is very tough, or RC is very tricky. RC accuracy rate is low. I am fearful of RC. All these things you can definitely write it down. Or with practice, I can do RC very easily. Whatever is your state of mind regarding the reading comprehension, just write it down for 20 to 30 seconds. Okay. Just 4, 5, 6 sentences, whatever you feel like. Okay, let us start. So these are the 7 FAQs or the 7 areas where I would like to address reading comprehension. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 questions we will take one by one. Okay, we are going to do all these activities so that we will be able to understand everything very clearly. So let's go one by one. I just check messages in the chat box. Okay, so whoever has commented in the session, write it on a page and keep it with you. Okay, whatever were your thoughts about RC. Okay, so first thing foremost, that is, there is this one question that whether we should read the passages first or question first. So very simple answer is that in some questions you have to read passage first, and in some questions you have to read question first. This is the question so many people can have, right? Anybody having this question? Whether I should read passage first or question first? Yes?
Yes, ma'am. I
Yes.
had this question.
Okay. So I will tell you a very, a very easy way to identify which passage to read first. Okay, anybody transcribing this meeting? Okay. See this 2020 to 20 wala paper. Okay. Let us just see this. So passage 1, we have this short question, that is, it is asking question and there are 4 options. So in this type of question, you can read the direction of the question, that it is asking following is the best implied in the passage, and then read the passage. So direction of the question first and then reading the passage. Here, but on other hand, in question number 2, can you see there are 1, 2, 3 options? So if you are going to read 1, 2, 3 options, it is equal to one small passage, and then you are going to read the passage again, because I would never suggest you to just solve by reading the options or the statements. You have to read the passage for surety, for assurance. So in such a questions where there are so many statements, and then you have to validate those statements with the passage, it is very time consuming that you will read the statements first and then passage later. It is a double work. For in such a question, I would suggest you will read passage first and then statements later. Okay, such a big question later. Same goes with other questions. For example, in this question, question number 3, okay, which one of the following is the most logical and rational inference can be made from the passage above? Here, you will read the direction of this question first and then passage later. But in question number 4, again, you will read the direction of the question first and then passage later. Just try to listen what I'm saying. All these things we will be getting the, knack of all these things in the later part of the lecture. Tell me, in question number 5, whether you will read the passage first or the question first. Question number 5. Whether you will read passage first or question first.
Passage first.
Passage first. Right? Because for reading 1, 2, 3, 4 statements, it will take you 1, 2 minutes, right? 1 minute at least, considering the exam pressure and everything. And then you are again reading the passage. That means it's a double work. Okay? So I hope everybody is clear. But in question number 6, you will read the direction first and then passage later. Done? I'll just ask 1, 2 questions for clarity. Okay, question number 21, passage first or question first?
Passage first.
Passage first, good. Question number 22? Passage first. Even if the direction is like that, there is no like ABCD options. There are 5 statements and you have to choose. Okay. Question number 23, passage first. So only for those questions like this, 24, what is the most logical and crucial messages conveyed in the passage? This direction you will read and then passage. Okay. So this is clear. I hope this is clear. Second thing, English grammar and vocabulary. Many students sometimes ask me that I am little weak in English grammar or I am little weak in vocabulary. Okay? So please do not worry. This exam or the CSAT passage is not there to check whether you know each and every word. We have to just make sense of what the passage is saying. Then we have to solve. So remove this fear. See, somebody may not be even having this fear, but others may be having this fear. So these are the mental blockages which we need to remove before solving RC. Okay? So remove this one block if somebody is having that. We don't need to be very pro in solving RC passages. We just need to be logical. We just need to be that cool, calm person which can sense what the passage is saying in the extreme exam pressure. Okay. Third thing, time allotted to read the RC passages. What do you think that in 2 hours, what should be the time that we should allot to solve all the RC passages? We know that passages will vary from 20 to 25 to 27. Questions of the passage will vary from, let us say, 25 to 30. So what do you think that what is the ideal time that you can devote to solve all the RC passages and questions?
30 to 40 minutes.
30 to 40 minutes. Anybody else?
Max 45, not beyond.
45 minutes. Anybody else?
35 to 45.
35 to 45. Okay. 50 minutes. Okay. Anybody else? 40 to 45. Okay. Okay. 45 minutes. Okay. Now my second question is, who all think that it is possible to read all the passages, all the questions, solve them with accuracy in 40 minutes?
We can solve them, but not assured of the accuracy. Sometimes we might have to leave some passage, or if there are some tough passages that we might have to leave.
Okay.
We can solve, but not in one go.
Not in one go. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Annapurna is saying that depending on whether quant is easy or English is easy, we can devote the time to solving the passage. Ashish is saying that 1 hour is needed. Okay. Anybody else?
3-4 passages थोड़े से difficulty रहते हैं तो.
Okay. So you may not think that it is possible. Yes, with practice, anything is possible. But right now, maybe most of you might be thinking that it is little challenging that 30-40 minutes, or 45 minutes or 50 minutes is a doable time for RC with accuracy. Okay, let us just keep that thought. We will see it later on. Okay, how many reading iterations are required? For example, one passage is there and one question is there. What do you think that how many times you should read the passage to get the accurate answers?
One.
One time, okay.
Two times
Two
sometimes.
times. Two times, okay. Then one time, okay. Two times, okay. Done. Okay. So most of you are in one or two times. Okay. So next is keywords, attention or meaning. So do you think that those the keywords like crux of the passage, summary of the passage, implication, assumption, all these keywords will be having very, very profound impact, and you have to know all these keywords to solve the questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No, ma'am. Pooja is saying no. Pratik is saying yes. Okay. Not much impact, Sachin is saying. Okay. Anybody? Please be quick. Okay. Pawan is saying no. Disha is saying no. Piyush is saying, I believe yes. Assumptions especially. Okay. Okay, done. Six is all passages in one go or half. What do you think? We have to solve all the passages in one go, or we will solve 2-3 passages, then 2-3 quant, or we will solve half, or we will solve one third, one third, one third. What is your take?
I solved it in one go.
One go. Okay. 2-3. Okay. One go. 2/3 or 1/3. Okay. 2/3 or 1/3. Okay. 2-3. Half. Okay. All are seen one go. Okay. Done. One go. Done. Okay.
And generally depends on the difficulty as well. If you are finding it too difficult, you have to switch in between.
Okay. Okay. Done. So seventh we will deal once we start. Seventh is something which we'll do the as an activity. Okay. So for all 1 2 3 4 5 6, I got your answers. See, it will vary a lot person to person. What is your perception? How you are dealing with the RC? For somebody, quant will be very easy, and RC will be too challenging. For somebody, RC and quant will be equal. All these things considering in mind and considering your opinion, I am just going to tell what is my observation. Okay, so you just see if it resonates with you, or if you can pick some of the things from that. So सबसे पहले passage first, questions first. I am very clear that I will read that question first when it is just a direction wala question, and I will read passage first when it is a very long question. Second thing, English grammar vocabulary I have already cleared. Third thing, time allocate to all RC passages. For me, it is 40 to 45 minutes depending on number of RCs given in the paper, but not more than that, because we can see that distribution of RC across the years, it varies from 20 to 27 max, and the questions varies from like 25. See this, the questions will varies from 25 27 to max 31 in 2024. So for all these questions and all these RCs numbers, we cannot afford 1 hour or 1.5 hours for that, like that. Okay, so only 40 to 45 minutes. Now is it doable? Yes, it is very much doable. Maybe right now it is not doable, but with practice, with the right techniques, or with very small changes in how you are solving the RC passages, it is very much achievable. Okay, keywords, attention and meaning. In some questions it will matter, in so many questions it will not matter, because more of the less we know what the question tone is, we know passage tone is, and we will be able to solve the answers. But yes, in some questions it matters a lot, because implications will mean something different, assumption means something different, a very subtle difference, but yet in some questions it will matter. So it is both. Six, all passages in one go or half. I personally prefer all passages in one go, because after solving GS, let us suppose you are waking up on that D day and you are going and you are doing 2 hours of 9:30 to 11:30. You are doing GS. The brain is already exhausted, because it is like you are reading each and every keyword. You are thinking about all these keywords. You are eliminating options. You are trying to fight with each and every question. You are ready for the surprises if some surprises are there, and your brain is already exhausted. In the 3 hours also, you have to revise little bit of CSAT. You have to rest. You have to do other things. So the whole day is little exhausting. And when you are sitting for solving the CSAT paper, while solving the CSAT paper, the brain is again going to get exhausted. So for me, pass RC is always first, and RC is always in one go. It is very difficult to read some passages, then do quant. For me, I'm telling for me. And I will just tell you logic also. I will do half of the passages, then I will do half of the quant. Then I'm facing the surprises. Then I'm again coming to the passages. Then in the end, when the time is very less and I need to read passages, I need to be very very sharp, focused minded. It is very difficult to manage. So for me, the moment I enter the exam hall, I mean the moment I get the question paper, I will just solve all the RC passage in one go with accurate, with little bit of higher accuracy because of the practice, and with a thorough, right, focused mindset, laser sharp focused. So my work is done. You can also watch my video on how to attempt CSAT paper. So I always play CSAT on on confidence, not maybe not on very much knowledge and everything. I am not a person who is very, very, who knows all the quant, who knows all the RC, but I always clear CSAT because of this one thing, that I will play on confidence. So how you will get the confidence? You go solve RC in one go, you finish RC, a major chunk is ended, right? Then you finish all the simple questions, then tough questions. That's it. After solving simple questions, the CSAT is in your hand. That's it. Okay. So one go in the start itself, there will be a very rarely a person will be able to solve RC with so much of concentration in the end after solving quant. It depends person to person again, but this is my way of doing things. Okay. Now we will focus on learning how to read the passages. The issue with this RC is that we all just try to jump on finding the right answers or finding some tricks which will help us in increasing that accuracy. But I feel that students lack here, where reading the passages, it is an art. Reading the passage is an art which students should first understand and work upon that. Solving the questions will be a the byproduct of it. Like getting the right answer, solving the questions very easily is a byproduct. Once you have that passage, once you have read that passage in one go with focus and it is fit in your mind. Everybody getting this? We are going to sharpen the axe rather than just go on hitting the wood, है ना? Getting that story? Okay, so now we will just solve these passages and then we will analyze something. Everybody has 2022 paper? Everybody? Okay? So we are going to solve 5 passages. Your time starts now. Question number 1, 2, 3, 11, 34, 51. I have displayed it here. 5 passages with accuracy. Okay? And when you are finishing it, you will message in the comment box. The average time period will be taken as the taken as the time period which is required to analyze something. Okay? Okay, your time starts now. It's 5:23. I have displayed the question numbers. Okay, everybody done? Most of you done? Okay, ठीक है. So if I can see, it is 5:23 we started, it is 5:33. Let us suppose 9 to 10 minutes. Everybody agree? Like still some people are there, so 9 to 10 minutes. ठीक है? Okay, so you solved 5 passages and based on that 1 2 3 4 5 6 questions done. So for 5 passages and 6 questions it is around like 10 minutes. Now add the exam pressure, add the anxiety of whether I'm marking the right or wrong, add the exhaustness of uh, the D-Day, like after solving the GS. The minutes will increase by 1 or 2 minutes more. Everybody agree? Like 2 3 more minutes you will require. Here you are little relaxed and solving it, like we have to solve
Yes.
it. I have told, है ना? Done. So it will be around 13 to 14 minutes, maybe 13 14 minutes like that. And you have to also cross check that if I'm marking it rightly, because we just can't leave it like that. We have got the answer and we will do it. So let us suppose 13 minutes, 12 to 13 minutes, depending on who is solving it very fastly, who is solving it little slowly. So if we go by that, just see this structure. So let's analyze. In 2020 to 2024, we got 20 passages, 25 questions. We got 26 passages, 27 questions. We got 16 passages, 27 questions, 25 passages, 27 questions. You solved 5 passages and 6 questions. Let us multiply it in by 3 or 4. That will be the number of, maybe in this 2022, 16 questions and 27 passages. So the time will be 13 multiplied by 3 times, because there are 16 passages and 27 questions. But for 2024, it will be much more, because there were 20 passages and 31 questions. Are you all getting this? It is, it is close to 1 hour, or it is, exceeding 1 hour if you want to solve all the RC passages and all the number of questions with accuracy. Getting this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So everybody who is doing sincere study, hard work, all these things. So the person will be definitely able to do this in 1 hour or 1 hour 5 minutes or 1 hour 10 minutes with accuracy. The challenge is to reduce it to 40 minutes. We have to reduce those 15-20 minutes, and that is the most important challenge in RC. RC is very much doable. If you get hold of the RC, it is very much, scoring. But the crux is that we have to reduce that 20-15 minutes, and that is the challenge in RC. I feel that is the only challenge in RC. Everybody who can knack that, and everybody who can just solve RC and analyze their patterns, it will be definitely done. So now everybody clear with this pattern? So every year 25 27 27 31, okay, number of questions are like that for RC. Even if you are solving it with only 2 to 3 questions are getting wrong, 22 questions are getting right, 23 25 questions are getting it right, can you imagine the score in RC? Right? So it whether RC is too difficult or too easy, it is easy compared to the very difficult quant to score in RC. This is my personal opinion. Okay, I hope others also resonate with this. Okay, so that's why I'm focusing on RC, why we should have accuracy and less time, and also we can have confidence after solving RC that only 2 or maybe maximum 3 will go wrong due to the diciness of the passage, else everything will be fine. Done. Okay. So RC pattern analysis में one more thing is that whether they will give one passage and one question, and they can also give one passage and 2-3 questions. So in 2022, which is the paper in your hand, they were giving one passage and 2-3 questions, and in 2023 it was like one passage one question, one passage one question. So in one passage one questions, you are doing passage question, passage question, passage question. And in 2022, let us suppose you are reading one passage, then 2-3 questions, one passage, then 2-3 questions. Little and slight change in both the approaches. But yes, once you master solving passages, it won't matter much unless and until the passage is too long, just like they were doing in the very start. Now the passage is short. Done. Are we clear till this? Okay. So see, today's lecture is mostly approach building and base building. So if somebody is feeling that the person can watch it in the 2x, please go and do it, because your time is important and prelims is important. Okay, you can definitely watch this recording on 2x. Solving in all, definitely those who will be live, they will be able to ask the question and I will be able to hold their pattern. That's the only purpose of live lecture. Okay. Next. Okay, so let's do one more activity. Just solve these two passages, 52, 61 and 63. I think there are 2 or 3 passages. Now you are going to do this activity by keeping your hand on passage. So you are reading the passage, you are keeping your hand on passage and you will try to solve the question without seeing the passage. Do this activity honestly and you will understand that how we are going to do these things. Okay? Do this, please. 52, 61, 62. Read the passage, put your hand on passage, and then solve the question without looking towards the passage. Once done, let me know. Okay, done. Okay. So, how many of you? Okay, done, everybody? Done? Okay. Okay. So, how many of you felt that urge of looking towards passage again? How many of you? That you felt that before marking, I should read the passage one more time or I should cross check the answer with the passage so that I will be able to get the right answer. How many of you? Okay. SD. Yes, Prakash. Okay. Okay. Yes, Pratik. Yes. Okay. Pooja. I was better concentrating. Don't know how. Okay. Me, Neeraj. Pooja, because you are attending this session. That's why. Suhani. Yes. Ayushi. Yes. Done. ठीक है everybody yeah there cannot be an exception even if somebody who is very pro in this solving RC and passages the person will feel that urge towards by looking towards the passage one more time and reading some keywords and then cross checking the answer. So this is the thing which is time consuming and which is we have to reduce those 20-25 minutes. Are you getting it? See, if you are getting 1 minute to solve the passage, 1 minute to read the question, another 1 minute is wasted in doing this activity. And we have to bridge that 20-25 minutes wala gap. Everybody, we have analyzed that 1 hour, 1.5, or like 1 hour or 1 hour, 5 minutes or 1 hour, 10 minutes. We have to reduce to 40 to 45 minutes. So we have to bridge that 20-25 minutes wala gap. Everybody. And if we reduce this one activity that we are reading the passage in one go, we are doing the question in one go, that extra 1 minute which we invest in looking towards the passage again and again will reduce. And for 20 passage, it will reduce 20 times for 20 minutes and we will be able to do everything by 40-45 minutes. Everybody agrees? Right? Okay. Yes. So this is one of the most, powerful way of reducing that time. There can be other factors. Yes, you will increase your focus, you will do this thing, you will do that thing, but there are like 2, 3, 4, 5 things with the help of which you will definitely reduce this pattern. Okay. Yes, Pooja is saying that we will be doubtful regarding the answer. Yes, Pooja, we are going to work on that. Don't worry. So now everybody, same page, that we have to do this, that we will read passage in one go. We will make the answer in one go. And for, cross checking, we will do something else, not reading the passage. For cross checking, we will do something else. Everybody agrees on this, that if we do this, we will be able to solve RC in 40-45 minutes. All RCs.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Because you do not agree, then you will not be able to, comprehend what I am saying. Done. Okay. So now, see how to read passage. We will devote some 10-15 minutes for this, and then we will actually start solving it. Because see, I have everything, but I have to go in a very, step-by-step manner so that everybody gets this. Because abruptly, if I'm telling something, this is not trick and something. This is a logical understanding of everything. Done? So, how to read passage quickly and smartly. First of all, we have to be very, very, very focused. Laser sharp focused. By laser sharp focused, I mean that each and every word that you are reading, it is hitting your brain. Okay. And that's why finish RC at start, because to do this, like being focused and laser sharp focused, in the end it is a very difficult challenge, difficult task. So that's why I focus on finishing RC in the first itself. So then we have to keep this in our mind, that we cannot get the second reiteration chance, because if we are doing second reiteration of the whole passage, then the time is wasted, then the CSAT is hampered, then the quant is hampered. Okay. So these two things, we have to be very focused, and we have to remember that there is no second chance of reiteration, and we have to read the passage with this mindset. Okay. Mindset is very important. Huh? You may be feeling that, this is normal thing that I am telling. No, but when you approach RC, you approach with this mindset that I have to at least read it twice in order to get the answer. Then how can I be sure of the answer? With this mindset, if you are approaching RC, then you'll definitely need 2 iterations. Are you all getting this? With this mindset, you will definitely not be able to confident to mark the answer in the first go itself. That's why I have written this in the start. We have to remove that mental blockage, that we can be very focused, we can be laser sharp, we can have laser sharp focus, and we have that thing in our mind that there is no second chance of reiteration. So we will give our best in the first reading itself. Okay. So with this mindset. Second, somebody might be reading this RC passage in the mind, but a little bit murmuring helps a lot in RC, because the words will be, remembered in our brain like anything when we are doing little bit murmuring. Everybody knows how to, read passage with murmuring. Done. I'll just display one passage. See, somebody might be reading this in mind. Somebody else should, like murmuring with murmuring, we can read like this, very, quietly. The main threat to the maintaining progress in human development comes from the increasingly evident unsustainability of the production and consumption pattern. Are you all getting this? Everybody knows this. Okay. So with this, what happens is that whatever we are reading is, hit in the brain. It is stored in the brain. So it is very, very helpful in order to be confident that you have read it, you have understood it. That confidence will come from little murmuring. Okay. Done. Okay. Vanchika, you got it right? Done. Okay. Then next. Now, when you are murmuring, there are 2 things students will do. What? They will start underlining everything. They will start underlining, and black हो जाता है वो पूरा paper, इतना black हो जाता है कि पूरे underline करके ये नहीं करना है, because this is not going to help us to cross check the answer. So what we will do, we will circle the important keywords while we are murmuring and reading. Okay. This is very important. Do not take it lightly. This will help you in gaining the confidence and reducing the time to read the passage confidently. Okay. So we are reading the passage. We are just circling the important keywords. Okay. So your passage and your paper will look very clean, and just with few circles in a RC passage. Okay. Done. Now what to circle and what not to circle. See this. Okay, can you see this whole big passage? In this whole passage, I have, underlined only few keywords. Okay. Then next, this passage, big passage, underlined only few keywords. Okay. Not underlining so many things. Okay. So for that, you have to remember 4 things. We have to focus on which we do not know or it is less known. For example, if passage is talking about the water situation in India is, little challenging. People are facing the water stress day by day. So all these things we know. Why to underline all these things? Okay. Second thing is that it will talk about that according to world, according to some water index, India is ranking this. So this we don't know, right? That India is ranking critically low or critically high, whatever. Okay. So we can circle that. So first is that the facts which we do not know or it is less known or we have to be little careful for those things. We will underline them. Honorable Draupadi Murmu ji is the honorable president of India. This we will not underline. Just giving some normal example. Are you all getting it? Okay. Next, on which question? Okay, the important keywords which you feel that questions can be asked on this. These things you will underline or no, these things you will circle. Okay, so first is the things which you do not know. The second thing is that the keywords on which the questions can be asked. The third thing is that things on which passage is stressing. Just listen all these things. While we are implementing, you will come to know what I am exactly talking about. Okay, so the third thing is things on which passage is stressing, the central idea, the tone of the passage, the information of the passage. So these things we will circle. We will not circle in general information. We will not focus on them. Last thing, revealing some new information. The passage, when it is revealing some new information, we will circle that new information. Okay, done. With all these things, I want you all to write it down because the slide will be gone. So you will have to implement all these things while you are doing the RC reading. Okay, the things which we don't know, the things on which questions can be asked, the things on which passage is tracing, and fourth thing is revealing some new information. Okay, all these aspects we will underline. Last thing, we will circle. Last thing, why I am stressing on circling? Because once you read the passage in one go and you don't have any second chance to read it again, when you read the question, when you want to cross check, circling will help a lot than underlining. It is very difficult to catch underlined word rather than the circle word in a small half of the second or 1 second fraction of second में ये activity करने के लिए circle helps because it will highlight, it will pinpoint, it will help us in hitting the brain like what the question is talking about, what the passage is talking about. ठीक है. Okay, Sachin, today I was absorbing all these things. You simplified it. Okay, thank you, Sachin. Everything is yet to come. This is just start. So just be patient and just listen. These are very simple things, but it's just that we do not focus on them. We do not observe them. It becomes challenging. Okay. So now circling importance, everybody understood. We will not underline because when we are cross-checking after reading the question, just looking towards the passage, it is very difficult to figure out where the answer is hidden. But when we are circling, it is easy to find out where the answer is hidden. Done. That is the only purpose behind circling and not underlining. See, these things I have implemented for, previous batch. I have seen tremendous result. So we will go step by step and we will learn all these things. You will also see the result in you. Okay? I mean the changes in your pattern. Okay, write your observations if any. See, sometimes you are reading the passage, you find that the passage is talking about some contrast or the passage is talking about something else. So you will write some of your observations so that while answering, it will help you to get to the answer. Okay, last thing, underlining examples. There will be so many examples in one line. For example, you are reading something, there will be, this thing applies to so many animals like this. In one passage, there will be so many things. Just to know what the passage is talking about, you will just, underline. That means cross the examples. I will show you all these things. Just listen what I'm saying right now. Last is glance those circle only after reading the questions. Okay? You are reading it, you are circling it. While circling, important criteria, 1, 2, 3, 4 things you have to circle. Then you are reading the question and then you are just glancing those circles and making, assumption that whatever you have correlated, it is right and you are marking the answer. Everybody clear on this? How to read passage quickly, smartly, all these things. Everybody? Done? Okay, any doubt till here? Done? No doubt. Okay. Done. Next. Okay, now let us read and circle these passages. Now let us check whether whatever I have marked and whatever you are marking is going in sync. I just want to cross check. See, it will be different for different. Listen to me carefully first. It will be different for different person. Okay. For example, somebody reading the science and technology passage, if the person is from science and tech, let us suppose the passage is talking about biotechnology, and the person is from biotechnology background, it is very, very easy for that person to not circle anything, just read the passage and go for the answer. But for person like me who is not from biotechnology, there will be so many circles in that passage. But more or less for in general topics, the circling thing will be same for so many people. Then at least the ratio will be like 80 to 90% matching. So that is the aim. The aim is not कि 100% मेरा और आपका सबका same होना चाहिए. The aim is whether you are focusing on the important things that I am focusing. ठीक है? Done. Okay, so let us solve question number 12. I mean, read the passage, question number 12 wala passage, and circle. Do this one thing, I will do this thing, I will display my passage, and we will just see whether you are doing it rightly or not. Okay. Okay, question number 12. Read that passage, I will display it. You have like 2 minutes, 1 or 2 minutes. Done. Keep in mind those four aspects. New information. What is the what is the stress of the passage? Done. Okay. Now see this. I have underlined these keywords, or I mean, I have circled these keywords. Okay. So let us just, go for 1 or 2 passages and you will understand. The poverty line, somebody will just underline this. The poverty line is quite unsatisfactory when it comes to grasping extent of poverty. So there is no need to, underline here and there, underline things which, we all know. So just circle those things which is, little stressful from the passage point of view. The poverty line is quite unsatisfactory when it comes to grasping the extent of poverty. The whole concept is extent of poverty ka measurement. Okay. Maybe the topic will be like that. So I have circled this in India. It is not only because it is extremely narrow definition of who is poor and the debatable methodology used to count the poor. We all know this. We are studying very sincerely for UPSC. We all know this line. We will not going to underline it. Okay. So, but also because of a more fundamental assumption underlying. So the passage is stressing on assumptions underlying, right? The assumptions which are determining this extent of poverty, the passage is talking about that. So that I have circled. Then it exclusively relies on the notion of poverty as insufficient income. So the one assumption is insufficient income. So I have circled it, or insufficient purchasing power. One can better recognize it by calling it income poverty. We all know. Okay. Then if poverty is ultimately about deprivations affecting human well-being, then income poverty is only one aspect of it. The passage is talking very normally about it, which we know. Then poverty of a life, in our view, lies not merely in the impoverished state in which the person actually lives, but also in the lack of real opportunity given by social constraints. So this is something new the passage is talking about. We know it, but the stress of the passage is on this. So I will circle this, but also on the lack of real opportunity given by social constraints as well as personal circumstances. ठीक है, then to choose other types of living. Now, next, even the relevance of low income, meager positions, and other aspects of what are standardly seen as economic poverty relate ultimately to the role of curtailing capabilities, that is, their role in severely restricting the choices. Are we all getting this? Restricting the choices is the important keyword here. People have to lead variable and valued life. Everybody at least getting, see, initially it will be like 50-60%, or maybe some other keywords are getting highlighted, or maybe some underlining is happening. That is okay. In 3 to 4 passages, it will be, reduced to a very, very highly uh, good level. Okay. What is the percentage of matching the circling? Anybody? 70% मैच हुआ, 80% मैच हुआ, 50% ही मैच हुआ, 100% मैच हुआ,
50%.
50%. Okay. Anybody else? 40%, 80%, 50%. ठीक है, डन. ओके, नाउ एवरीबडी अंडरस्टूड एटलीस्ट 10-20% की कैसे करना है. Understood? Now let us implement in the next passage. So we will solve passage question number 31. 31 wala passage. Now focus on these 4 aspects which you don't know, things which you don't know, things on which questions can be asked, things on which passage is stressing, revealing some new information. Keep this in mind and circle it and read it. This will help you in maintaining the accuracy and reducing the time. Trust me. Question number 31 का passage. Done, everybody? Okay, done. Okay, let us see. Question number 31. Now, just cross check. Natural selection cannot anticipate future environment on Earth. Therefore, the set of existing organisms can never be fully prepared for environmental catastrophe. See, for me, these two were the keywords. For somebody else, maybe something else, but not more than 2, 3, 4 in this one paragraph. Okay. Okay. And an outcome of this is the extinction of those species which cannot overcome environmental adversity. Okay. This failure to survive in modern terms can be attributed to the genomes which are unable to withstand geological vagaries. Then, or biological mishaps. In biological evolution on Earth, extinction of species, see the stress, extinction of the species has been the major feature. The Earth may presently have up to 10 million species, yet more than 90% of the species are extinct. 90% extinct. Okay? Again, the creationist doctrine. What is creationist doctrine? Failed to satisfactorily address why a divine creator will firstly bother to create millions of species and then allow them to perish. The Darwinian explanation for extinct life is once again simple, elegant, and at once convincing. Organisms go extinct as a function of environmental and biological assaults for which their inheritance deems them ill-equipped. This all we know. Darwinian explanation we all know. There is no need to, underlining and looking for here and there and everything. Okay? Therefore, the so-called Darwinian theory evolution is not a theory at all. So now the stress of the passage is, it is calling it that it is not a theory. So I have circled it. Getting? Then evolution happens. This is a fact. The mechanism of evolution is amply supported by scientific data. Indeed, the data, indeed, to the date, no single zoological vagera has refuted either or central two main Darwinian ideas. If religion is not taken into consideration, see this statement itself has no value addition, है ना कि किसी ने डार्विन का अभी तक refute नहीं किया है. We all know that. ठीक है. Then last line, if religion is not taken into consideration, Darwinian laws are acceptable just like the laws of Copernicus, Galileo, वगैरह. So this I am very comfortable. Like I know the fact, I know everything. Now let us suppose after circling, I am reading this question and I want to go back to the passage. So it will be very easy. I will just look towards the passage. Existing organism, environmental catastrophe. It's talking about the extinction. Then genome का very much role है. Then extinction of the species. So more than 90% extinct है. And creationist doctrine, I just remember what I have read. What is the doctrine? It is creating, it is destroying. Okay. Then the whole the tone is going towards, it is not a theory at all. It is a fact, something like that. Understanding? Everybody, what is the percentage of matching? What is the percentage? Is it easier than the first passage? Is it little easier than the first passage to do all
Yes,
these
ma'am.
things? Wow,
Yes, ma'am.
85%,
Easy.
90%. Very good, very good. Okay. Now, these are the skills which we need to get. So be little patient. By the end of this class, you will definitely get, some or the other aspect. 80%, 80%, mostly 80%, 60, 70%. Okay. Done. Let us do last passage. Passage number 41. Let us do two more. 41. Everybody, any doubt? Any doubt here? Before going for 41, any doubt? Okay. Let us do question number 41 passage. Let us try to catch those keywords. Let us try to catch that tone of the passage. Then answer will be very, very easy. Doing, getting the right answer will be easy. Everybody read the passage while murmuring a little bit. Reading it in the mind will not help. Okay, done. Done. Okay. Okay. So now let me display 41. Have you observed that your speed is little increased? Little increased. Okay. The passage is small also, but yes. So for 2 to 3 generations in the past, ever increasing the number of individuals has been living as workers merely, not as human beings. Okay? Very in general statement. An excessive amount of labor is the rule of today. So this somebody will circle this workers merely, not as human beings. Somebody will circle excessive amount of labor. The meaning is implied by the two things is little similar only. Okay? Is ruled today in every circle of society, with the result that man's spiritual element cannot thrive. He finds it very difficult to spend his little leisure in the serious activities. So it is talking about some leisure, it is talking about, some excessive work. Done. Then he does not want to think, or he cannot even if he wants to. Then he seeks not self improvement but entertainment. ठीक है, 2 words, self improvement नहीं बुक कर रहा है but entertainment कर रहा है, which the passage is stressing on that, which would enable him to be mentally idle and to forget his usual activities. Therefore the so called culture of our age is dependent more on cinema than on theater, more on newspaper magazines that on crime stories that on than on a serious literature. So what I had told that we will write down some observations also. So while reading this line, I felt that it is, telling the contrast because of the little ledger. It is talking about the contrast because of the little ledger. Are we all getting this? What we had said that we will write our observations, if any. If while reading the passage, something is striking our mind, we will just note it down. Maybe it will help us in solving the questions some or the other time. Done? Okay. So there are only 1, 2, 3, 4 keywords. Everybody with the small passage, the keywords under circling will be very small. Everybody done? Okay, Rishabh, little improvement I have seen. Yes, very good. See, any skill, to learn any skill, it requires time. Rishabh, we have seen in LTP batch. Okay? Okay, done. Please do the next passage also. Okay? Question 23 wala passage. Please do it. Just in 1 minute. Pooja, 2 extra words underlined from my side. It's okay. This is a very, very new thing that you are, learning today. Do not be very harsh and expect yourself ki 100% आज ही होगा. Question number?
Which
हाँ,
passage we have to read now?
हाँ, 43 question number वाला. 43 question number. Question number 43 passage. Done? Okay. Done. Everybody done? Okay. Let us see. Question number. See, the aim is not 100% match. The aim is that we will circle minimum keywords and with which we will try to solve the question in one go. And that keyword is going to help us in cross-checking the answer. I am just putting you the directions from my side, giving the circles from my side so that you have something to compare. The agenda is not matching my circle and your circle 100%. Are we all getting this? Okay. So the Now read this. The demographic dividend. Anybody marked anything in this first line? Let us be interactive. Anybody marked anything in this first line?
A great
No.
window of opportunity.
Okay, great window of opportunity. Anybody else? Let us just catch your pattern. No, ma'am. No. Okay. Working age population. Okay.
Ma'am,
Okay.
working age population.
Window of opportunity, working age population swelling. Okay. So now tell me what we had told, that whatever we know, we are not going to focus on that. We are not going to underline that. Everybody know that demographic dividend, which has begun in India and is expected to last another few decades. Everybody knows this? Everyone? Okay?
Yes.
Last another decade is a great window of opportunity. Pratik, do you know that it is a great window of opportunity? Everybody, at least some people, switch on your camera if you can, because I don't know no, if you are getting it or not. By seeing your expression only, I will understand. Okay, so Pratik, do you know that it is a great window of opportunity and is a very, very normal thing? You have read it 100 times? Yes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Then somebody had underlined working age population. Okay, this demographic dividend is basically swelling. So somebody has underlined swelling. Do we know that it is swelling or it is shrinking? Everybody know it is swelling? Then in the working age population, everybody knows this. What is demographic dividend? It is that only, na? See, use your GS. It is not something, very absurd or something very different. Use your GS. Everybody knows, I am very sure everybody knows the line, this line, then the next line, okay, which conversely means that relative ratio of very young and very old will for a while be on decline. So here somebody might be not be knowing, somebody, yeah, but everybody who knows the concept of demographic dividend will know everything. So in this para, there is no underlining, no circling. Done. Then next. And now again, understand why I'm focusing on minimum circle and minimum this thing, because minimum data you can store in your brain, which is helping you to get the answer. If you're storing so much of paragraph, storing so many things, storing this, storing that in your brain, then it is becomes little challenging for brain to understand the answer of the question. Then we have to again go and cross check, go and cross check. So be selective, be very, very straightforward in what you want to store in your brain. Underline that keywords and then solve the question. You will see the difference. Now we'll start the solving the question. Okay. So next, from the experience of Ireland and China, we know that this can be a source of energy and an engine of economic growth. See, I knew this also, but just for somebody might not be knowing Ireland example. Okay, that's why I have underlined it. The demographic dividend tends to raise a nation's saving rate since in any nation. Okay, so I have just observed कि saving rate बढ़ रहा है, so I have just done this. Then it is the working age population that is the main saver, and since the saving rate is an important driver of growth, this should help elevate our growth rate. Done. However, the benefits of demographic dividend depends on the quality of working age population. Now, this is something the passage is stressing. This is something passage is leading us. Okay, the quality of working age population, and this implies bringing back the importance of education, acquisition of skills, and human capital. So we have said now that we have so many examples or so many parts of the sentence. Then we will just underline, like cross them or underline them. Are we all getting this? Everybody?
Yes,
After
ma'am.
murmuring,
Ma'am,
yes.
when I was reading this passage,
Hmm.
I circled only saving rates.
Very good, because you
Only,
knew all other things.
yes, ma'am. I knew
Hmm.
all other things, but in previous passages, I have circled many words. In this
So
passage, only 2 words.
it's okay. So saving rate and quality of working age population, that can be those two words. Done?
2 words means savings and rate. Only that I have circled.
Okay, ठीक but the passage is stressing on quality of working age population, that we, even if we know, we have to circle, because we have listed 4 things to circle. The questions can be asked on this, na, quality of working age population. See, with practice, you will understand on which area the question will be asked. So while reading only, you will circle that, so that you are definitely hitting the question. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Done?
Ma'am,
Huh.
ma'am, can we also circle this like the solution part, that is like which is given in the last line, that we need to bring back the importance. I just
Yes.
underlined or circled bringing back the importance, because that is what the solution of the thing is.
Okay. So Ayushi, and this implies bringing back the importance of. So rather than circling bringing back, you can circle education, acquisition, education, skill, and human capital. Because the question will not be like what is bringing back. The question will be what you need to bring back. Are you getting this?
Oh, okay. Yes.
So with this, you will understand. The only purpose of this activity is that you are reading it once and you are hitting the right answer. Getting?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else? Please ask the doubt so that we will start solving. Actually solving.
Excuse me,
Anyone?
ma'am. Ma'am, if we see in all the passage, no, it's just an observation. Correct me if I'm
Yes, who
wrong.
is speaking?
Uh,
I cannot see.
Aditya, ma'am.
Okay, Aditya. Yes.
It's a general observation. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if you see in all the passages we have solved, more extreme statements in the following passage, like in this 43 question, number one statement, the number of illiterate
No.
people will
We are
decrease.
not talking about solving the question. We are talking about reading the passage and learning the passage right now. We will go to solve the question. Is there any doubt in whatever we have done till now?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. Everybody clear.
Ma'am,
Everybody. Yes.
no doubt.
Yes.
Ma'am, shall we also go to underline or circle those things, like when there is a trend being given, like in the first or second line, there is the saying that expected to last for another. Like this is only about, we know this, that demographic dividend is expected to last for another. If there is another paragraph which is highlighting some trend or something, shall we go and underline that?
For example, if let us suppose it is talking about some XYZ scientific concept. Let us suppose, and we don't know that concept, and the paragraph is focusing and saying that this phenomenon is going to last for next 2 decades. Let us suppose, okay? Then it becomes an important information. Okay. So passage to passage, and with the background of the person also, it varies more or less. It will be the trend. Like whatever I have shown, more or less, it should be the way of doing the things. Done. Okay. So now let us go for actually solving the question. Now, how to solve RC questions and increase the accuracy. So first of all, we have done this reading the passage, circling it, and reading the question. We have done reading the passage, we have done circling. Now we will read the question. Everybody okay? Okay. Then second thing is that we will read the direction of the question keyword. We will read the direction, whether the question is talking about. We will read the passage, we will circle, and then we will read the what is idea. Okay. Then which of the following variably वगैरह वगैरह, when the demographic division, it is normally talking about what is the right or wrong. Okay. Correct answer. Then we will write the we will see here. Let us suppose question this with reference to the passage, which of the following inferences. It is talking about inferences. Okay. Then it is talking about this next passage is talking about which of the following statement best reflect the underlying tone of the passage. Okay, it is talking about underlining tone. Then it is talking about with reference to the passage, which of the following statement is correct, normal, simple, straightforward. Okay, all these things we will read. We will read the passage, we will circle, and then we will read the direction of the question and keyword. Many students, even after reading the passage carefully and reading the like the one ABCD options, they will mark it wrong because they have not read the direction of the question. There is a little bit difference between assumption and conclusion. There is little bit difference between summary and conclusion. Are we all getting this? So reading the direction of the question in RC is very, very helpful in increasing the accuracy. More or less the meaning is same only. It won't matter that you should know, very technically what is inference, what is assumption, what is this, what is that. But reading it will give you your brain a direction in which you need to think and eliminate the option and get the right answer. Done? Okay. Now, just like Aditya said that while reading the statements, we will do 2 things. This is broadly I'm talking about. I'm not a CSAT teacher. This is what I have learned and I have helped me in improving the accuracy. And I thought that in such a last 1 month, fire and heat of this CSAT and prelims, I should pass on this skill to others so that everybody will be able to increase their accuracy. Are we all getting this? So whatever I'm saying is purely based on my experience, and let us see whether you experience it or not. So when I am reading the statement, okay, it is like if the statement is I have read the passage, I have read the question direction, I am reading the 1, 2, 3 statements or ABCD, whatever is given. So if it is illogical or absurd, the moment I am reading any statement, if it is illogical and absurd, then the chances are high that it will be mostly wrong. I'm not saying the moment you read that statement, it is illogical or absurd, you just, cut it down. I am saying that chances will be higher that it is mostly wrong. It is not a trick, it is logical understanding. Done? Okay. For example, if some statement is very extreme, for example, if the statement is not in sync with the societal or constitutional values, for example, if the statement is against established notion, we will see the examples and everything and we will understand. So everybody okay with this, that if something like this is there, mostly it will be wrong. Okay, the brain should think in this direction. Second thing, if the statement is sounding logical, that means it is a common sense wala statement. If the statement is very, easy going, if the statement is in sync with whatever we have learned and whatever we have observed in the society, constitution, everything, then our mind will be alert to cross check if it is given in the passage or not. Only two things. If it is illogical and absurd, mostly it will be wrong. So our brain should think in that perspective whether the passage and this statement is matching. Second, if it is logical, if the statement is logical, we have to cross check if the passage is talking about this statement or not. Everybody clear? Done? Okay. Now let us see. Last thing, this slide is here where all, keywords meaning is given. We will just read it once and we will go for solving the passage. We don't need to be very, very worrying and very much scared for these keywords. Okay? So summary, crux, this is very straightforward. Everybody knows it. Central idea, that means the subject tone of the passage. Let us suppose the passage is talking about, I'll just give example in order to clarify things. Let us see this. See the demographic dividend wala passage. Okay? So it is talking about demographic dividend. It is talking about this, that, vagara, vagara, vagara. But at the end, it is talking about that we have to bring back the importance of education, acquisition skills, human capital, quality of working age population, vagara, vagara, vagara. So if I ask you, what is summary of the passage? Just some idea. What is summary of the passage? Everybody has read this passage. What is summary of the passage? Whatever you feel, just say.
That
parents going
quality.
around
Sorry? Yes, anybody?
Democratic dividend.
Okay.
Compare with countries.
Okay, see, please stop. Otherwise, I will not, you will.
Quality,
yes.
It is saying that quality of working age population is very important.
Okay.
The only benefit of demographic dividend depends on quality. So,
okay,
it is not quantity of population.
Okay. Anybody else? Try it, learn it. Pratik is saying demographic dividend, a great window of opportunity, is based on quality of working age population. Anybody else? If you will speak, it is your benefit. I will catch your pattern. Anybody else?
Ma'am, summary of India is witnessing demographic dividend.
Okay.
And demographic dividend is beneficial because it leads to increase in saving rate. And this will only happen if we focus on the quality of the working age population via education, skill, and human capital development.
Very good. Okay. So based on 2-3 replies, I can, tell you that the summary is the overall, first one two paragraph का एक line में, second 1-2 paragraph का एक line में, whatever will be the thing, it will be a summary that demographic population, demographic dividend is important thing. It is depending on working age population, but working age population is quality, उसका quality भी important होता है, उसके लिए हमें ये करना चाहिए. ठीक है? Summary is little more. Understanding everybody? Summary cannot be like the last line of the passage. Done? ठीक है?
Yes,
okay. Yes, what can be the crux of the passage? See, go by layman term. Do not be expert. है ना? What can be the crux of the passage?
Focusing on improving the quality of.
Yes, summary is like everything else, but the crux is like the passage is telling in the end that ये quality पे focus करो. Done? Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then what can be the central idea of the passage, that is subject tone of the passage? If the option is given demographic dividend, okay, and the option is given skills and human capital and education importance, and third option is given working on demographic quality of demographic dividend helps in improving economy वगैरह वगैरह. What can be the central tone of the passage?
Ma'am, working age population can help in economic growth and last for growth.
Okay, anybody else? Central idea. Central idea is the directive. Central idea.
Demographic dividend.
Demographic dividend. Okay, anybody else?
Demographic dividend.
So central tone of the passage, central idea, central theme of the passage is revolving around demographic dividend. It cannot be just education or skill or human development. Are you all getting it? Okay?
Yes,
Using demographic dividend or helping improving the quality of demographic dividend. The central tone idea is demographic dividend. Now you tell me critical message of the passage. Critical message matlab some warning or guidance or futuristic, some lighthouse type direction. Critical message of the passage.
Ma'am, use democratic dividend with skilled people, then get benefit of economy.
Okay. Anybody else?
If we waste this precious resource, it might be not. It might be a disadvantage for the economy.
Okay. Thank you, Aishi. Anybody else?
Pressing on the importance of education and acquisition of skills to harness demographic dividend.
Okay. Anybody else? Last one.
Potential of demographic dividend in boosting economic growth.
Okay, done. So critical message of the passage is demographic dividend. See, according to me, I'm telling demographic dividend is very good. Demographic dividend is yielding benefit, this thing, that thing, this thing. Okay? But if you are not working on quality, it will not help. Demographic dividend will not help. Are we all getting this? Critical message is work on quality of the working age population, work on quality of this demographic dividend, else we will miss this window of opportunity. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. We are just trying to get overall idea. We are not being 100% pinpoint like that. Okay. What is assumption? Assumption means a fact or statement taken for granted, pre-conclusion notion. What is assumption? What is assumption of this passage? There can be 2-3 assumptions of this passage depending on the reading and tone. Let us suppose assumption of this first half. First half ka assumption batao. First half para.
First half para that the relative ratio of very young and very old be on decline. Demographic dividend.
Okay. Anybody else?
Ma'am, author assumed that demographic dividend is rising. It is assumption.
Yes, it is rising. है ना? Assumption means we can see some facts, है ना? Some facts or somebody's statement, somebody's analysis, and we are doing some moving towards some conclusion based on that our birth rate is increasing, our death rate is decreasing, and the population is concentrating in the middle. That means the assumption is our demographic dividend is swelling. Done. And if demographic dividend synchronized with the saving rates we have seen from the other country, then if India's demographic dividend is also increasing, that means India's economic growth will also happen. This is assumption, right? Done? Okay. Now, conclusion. See, assumption is something which will lead us to conclusion. Conclusion is the end result. That is, conclusion is always talked by author. Like, inference is something that we will deduce as a reader. Conclusion is something which is given by author. Now let us, assumption, everybody clear? Everybody clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Done. Now conclusion. Conclusion is end result given by author or explicitly mentioned. What is conclusion of this passage? What is conclusion of the passage? Just try anyone.
Importance of education and the acquisition of skills and human capital.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm improving the quality of working age population. for economic growth.
Okay. Anybody else?
Ma'am, can the crux of the passage can be related with the conclusion or something? Can we?
थोड़ा overlap होगा, थोड़ा subtle change होगा. That's it. ठीक है? So crux and conclusion किसी किसी passage में थोड़ा overlap होगा, right? Ayushi. ठीक है? Anybody else? To reap the benefit of demographic dividend, work on health and skill. Yes, similar line. ठीक है? Focus on this, so that this happen. Done? Okay. Next. Inferences. What is inference? That an opinion that is formed because of the known fact or evidences deducted by reader. So conclusion is evident in passage. Inference may or may not be evident in passage. It is something that we will derive from our understanding. Understanding the difference, assumption, conclusion, inference. Very small difference. While solving the questions, it will not matter that much. It is just I am telling so that from my side I am, I have told you everything and you have understood. For that satisfaction I am doing this. Okay. So inference is something that an opinion that is formed because of known facts or evidences. It is deducted by readers. Now I have told you all these things. Demographic dividend is rising, saving is done, other countries are seeing the growth, but for demographic dividend we have to work on the quality of the working age population. So what can be the inference? What can be the inference? Just try. Anybody?
Ma'am, to maximize the benefit of demographic dividend, we need to work on improving the quality of working age. And via these three tools: education, skill development, and human capital development.
Okay. Anybody else? Something better?
Ma'am, to reap the benefits of a demographic dividend, one should work on the human capital information.
Okay. Sachin? Yes.
Developing education and imparting skills on individuals will lead to economic growth.
Yes, very good. Okay. So the critical message is, if we don't work on this quality of working age population, it will be a disastrous thing for demographic dividends. Can you see the tone? And inference is, working on this will lead us to the economic growth. Like, very subtle difference, but it is there. For example, Sachin is also saying that other countries' experiences show benefit of demographic dividend. Okay. See, just let us be done with this theory part and we will start solving the question. There you will understand the actual difference. Understanding, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, done. Yes, and last thing is implications. So future consequences. So if let us suppose some passage is talking about some water conditions in India. Let us suppose it is talking about that critical scenario is there in some blocks of India for water conditions, this thing, that thing. And if we do not take the steps, it will go for drought-like conditions, people will die, वगैरह वगैरह. All this passage is talking about that. So if it's talking about implication, and in the end it is talking about that if we do not take right steps, it will be a problematic situation. So what can be the implications of not managing water nicely in India? Can we just relate it? Implications of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done? Everyone, yes, just mota you understand. While solving the paper and directions, exactly we will understand. Done? Okay. So here we are done with just the theoretical part. We will start solving it. So what I am doing now, everybody, can you all download 2020 paper so that we will start from 2020 and we will end with 2-3 years in this today's and tomorrow's lecture. 2020 onwards we will start. Everybody has 2020 or I will share in the group. Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
2020 set A. 2020 set A. Everybody please download. Few questions from 2020 we will solve. Few questions from 2021. Few questions from 2022. So that we are, comfortable with variety of questions and we will be able to deal with variety of types of questions. Okay? Do not worry for that keywords and directions. While solving the questions, you will get it. Like, you don't need to be very expert in that. Okay, 2020 set A. Done. Okay. Paragraph 1. Question number 1. Read the paragraph and circle the important keywords and then try to solve the question. Read the statements, logical, illogical, given in the passage, what to do, what not to do, just do it. I will explain for first 2-3 questions how it can be done, and then you will do it on your own. This is the question, this is the passage I have displayed. Suhani, you can do it on soft copy. We'll do few questions only because the time is ending. Okay, done. Now let us see the question. Okay. Everybody comfortably marked, circled everything. Okay. Okay. Now the direction is which of the following is best implied in the passage? See this, best implied. There can be 2-3 things which are implied in the passage, but it is asking best implied in the passage. Okay. So the answer is D. How many of you got D?
Me.
Yes, ma'am, I got.
Put it in the chat box. Yes, D. Okay. 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 Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Very nice. Okay. See, now there will be so many of you who have already practiced this PYQ. Let us not go into, just memorizing it, what was the answer and doing it. Even if you know the answer, you try to find the answer based on your one read memory. Are you getting it? Otherwise, you will not get the benefit of the exercise. If you know the answer and you are just, ticking the answer, then you will not get the benefit. Understanding? Okay.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
okay. So for first 2 to 3 questions, I will just explain how to approach it so that if somebody is not comfortable, the person will learn it. Okay. It is my duty to, do even the basic things and advanced things, because somebody if not comfortable with basic will get the idea in this exercise. Okay. So which one of the following is best implied in the passage? So my usual way of solving the question will be, I will read the question. I will read the first, this thing. First option, strong measures needs to be taken to reduce the rural and to reduce the rural to urban migration of labor. So I will not immediately jump to the conclusion whether this statement is right or wrong. What I will do, okay, this is looking little, extreme or strong measure, but I will keep it on hold. I will keep it on hold and I will compare this option with other options so that I will find out the best implied message in the passage. Everybody okay? Okay. Then B, the working condition in the construction and unregistered manufacturing needs to be improved. Okay, that might be the tone because it was talking about some other sectors of the job. So yes, but I'm not coming to the conclusion that this is the implied message. I am keeping it on hold. Then C, service sector has been reducing the problem of unemployment. Okay, so this is not the tone of the passage, because we have seen that it is, service sector is absorbing, but it is not able to solve so many the problems. So there is a gap in job. Okay, so C, I am definitely sure, mostly sure that it is not the thing. So until now I have read A, B, C. What is my feeling? That A is not mostly the thing, because it is sounding little extreme. B can be the thing. C is definitely not the thing, because the passage is talking, reverse way. Everybody same page? Everybody on same page?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
This is how you did it. This is how you did it. Okay? Okay. If somebody is not doing this comparison, somebody is not, keeping things on hold and just going to the conclusion, chances will increase that you will mark the wrong option. Okay? So that's why step by step. Once once you master this skill, it will be very easy and natural. You will just read it in 1 second and do it. Okay? Last thing. Increased social sector spending is imperative for large scale job creation. Okay? Now, tell me what is logical and illogical in ABCD. What is logical and illogical in ABCD? Anyone?
Ma'am, A is illogical.
Okay. Then B is?
मैम बी का भी कोई बात नहीं है.
B doesn't go with the sense of the passage itself.
But B logical है, illogical है?
Logical.
Logical है. Done. So A illogical, B is logical, C is?
Illogical.
Illogical. Right? D is?
Logical.
Logical. Now A and C mostly will go wrong. I will just glance at my keywords and I'm definitely sure that A and C is wrong. I will not go on just because of that feeling that A and C is illogical. I will eliminate it. It is trick. We are not here for tricks. We are here for securing each and every question based on our own understanding. So A and C, it is illogical. I will just cross check once with a glance, 1 second glance with the circling of the keyword. I am sure that A and C is not the right thing. I will, cross them. And B and D is logical. So what was our understanding? Whatever is the logical thing, we will see if it is going in the passage, in the sync with the passage, or if the passage is talking about that or not. Everybody okay? Done?
Yes, ma'am.
So now I am
Yes,
confused between B and D. I will just glance the passage once and I'm very sure that it is D rather than B, even if B is logical. Then I will mark this confidently D and I will move ahead without even thinking what I have done in this question, because I don't have that luxury of time in actual examination. Done? Okay, so this is the way of doing things. We will try it in 1, 2, 3 questions. You will be thorough with it in next 2, 3 questions. Then you can go in quick speed, but this should be the flow of answer finding to increase the accuracy. If you go by any tricks, the accuracy will not be achieved. The accuracy will be achieved with logical thinking only. Are we all getting this? And systematic reading, systematic analyzing, all these things. Okay, let
Yes,
us
ma'am.
do.
I have a doubt.
Yes, Sanjota.
So last sentence is that only those sectors that drive domestic demand, such as health and education, can comfortably fill the other half. But they have not mentioned this word called social sector. So if somebody doesn't know what comes under social sector, so then it is problem for that individual. Then that can मतलब अगर मुझे नहीं पता होता तो मुझे बी और डी में कंफ्यूजन होता.
Understood. So, see, Sanjota, all these passages will be derived from some GS knowledge only. Okay? Whatever we are studying, we will be very thorough with all the concepts. There will be rare case where you are not knowing the concept. Okay? Like very, very rare case. Otherwise, the passage derived from environment or social sector or little bit economic concept or biotechnology and all that. We are 95% comfortable with the concepts. We are very much sure for what is the tone of the passage, what is the tone of the options. In the rare extreme case, for that 5% or 4%, okay, or one or two concept, one or two passage or one or two questions in this paper, we will see it how we can do it while solving the paper. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, let us solve passage. Yes.
Aditya. Ma'am, It's just a observation. If you said that inference is something which is not mentioned in the passage, which we derive ourselves from the based on the understanding of the
which
passage,
which may or may not be, which may or may not
may
be
or
depending on, huh.
so if we see in the options,
Hmm.
migration is talked in the passage,
Hmm.
service sector is talked in the passage,
Hmm.
manufacturing is also talked in the passage. So
Hmm.
can we go on the assumption that since all of these are talked in the passage, it can't be an inference since they are mentioned explicitly. Something which is not mentioned in the passage can be the
Hmm.
answer, which is in this option. It is D. Key social sector is nowhere mentioned in the passage. So
Hmm.
can we take a guess that कि हाँ भाई ये
No.
नहीं mention हुआ है तो this can be
No, no, no. I would not suggest for that. First of all, the question direction is not inference, it is implication, best implied, right?
okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it is not inference. Second thing is that do not play around the directive of the question. Play around your knowledge, play around your ABCD logical, illogical, play around what is given in the passage. Direction of the question should be just a little bit guiding light. This I have followed. I will not play, it is implied, then I will go for all this as like, see, this slide I have given just for sake of understanding the definition of the keyword. I really do not think so that just because to pick, we will just pick the meaning and we will revolve everything around that. Don't do that. Just go with this flow. You will see that your answers are getting right.
Okay,
Done?
ma'am.
You
मैम
observe
Thank
it.
you.
Okay.
मैम
Yes. Huh.
मैम ऋषभ
Yes,
मैम जैसे
Vishal.
लास्ट वाले उसमें लिखा हुआ ना, द न्यू सेक्टर ई कॉमर्स कैन बी बेस्ट क्लोजली ओनली हाफ ऑफ द जॉब्स। तो
Hmm.
मतलब हमें यहाँ पर मतलब इम्प्लीकेशन ही सिर्फ देखना है, मतलब क्योंकि बाकी सब तो इसमें एब्सर्टी था।
Huh. Right. Yes. So,
अच्छा
okay,
अच्छा।
you are supporting the argument.
हाँ, मैंने मैं मेरे को भी थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन था इम्प्लाइड वाले उस पे, बेस्ट इम्प्लाइड।
Huh.
हाँ
See,
मतलब
many times it will happen that you will not think that this is the answer. You will not be able to digest that this is the answer. But eliminating A, B, C, you don't have any choice to but mark D. Are we all getting this?
जी, यस मैम।
Huh. So it will not happen in GS also. Many a times you will not feel that this is the answer of this question, and you
यस
will not be in sync with that. But you definitely know that A, B, C is not the answer. So you have to mark D.
यस।
Done? Okay. So don't worry, like do not worry much. Just go in the flow. With practice, you will definitely understand everything. That's why I have kept 2 sessions. Otherwise, I would have just told you everything in 1 session and it is done. But I have kept 2 sessions. Okay?
तो मैम जैसे आपने उसमें अपना स्लाइड में लिखा हुआ ना, फ्यूचर कॉन्सिक्वेंस लिखा है
Hmm.
इम्प्लीकेशन से,
Hmm.
तो मतलब यहाँ पे मतलब अगर वही लगाएंगे ना, तो मतलब फ्यूचर एप्लीकेशन वो वही बात कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि गैप है वहां पे
Hmm.
सर्विस सेक्टर में, तो सोशल सेक्टर में हम बढ़ा के काम कर सकते हैं, वो टोन मतलब यहाँ पे वो बता रहा
हाँ,
था।
very good, Rishabh. Yeah,
अच्छा,
मतलब
यही पूछना था।
based on my understanding, this is how
जी
I'm not expert in those keywords. So based on my observation, my solving of pattern, this is like that. We will see, we will apply it in so many questions and we will see if it is right or wrong. ठीक है?
ठीक है।
Ma'am,
Yes, last doubt because we have to solve next passage. Yes,
ma'am, also we can choose seeing the broad one. I
yes,
mean,
yes. ठीक है? मतलब लॉजिकल होना चाहिए, इनसिंक जाना चाहिए, क्वेश्चन की डायरेक्शन से मिट होना चाहिए, जो इलॉजिकल है उसको इलिमिनेट करके जो बच रहा है, ऑल दिस क्राइटेरिया वी विल अप्लाई एंड वी विल गेट द राइट आंसर. Now, right now, it will look like a time consuming process, but with practice, see, we are reducing 1 hour and 5 minutes of RC to 40. With practice, if that can be done, with practice, this can also be done. With practice, accuracy can also be done. Everybody agree?
यस मैम।
Yes,
ठीक है?
ma'am.
And I have done this. I have done this 7 times. I have never failed in CSAT. 7 times. ठीक है? Without any thorough preparation also. I will be very frank. In 2020, I always tell this. 2020, this CSAT paper I solved in the class. I had not even prepared a single word because I was in my second year of graduation. I was hardly doing the GS study. Somehow I managed GS. ठीक है? CSAT, I literally did not even turn a page. But that does not mean I was not aware of CSAT. Previous attempts I had studied CSAT. But there was a 1.5 year gap while I was attempting 2020 prelims. But still I could do it just with common sense, just with simple questions, just with confidence that I will be able to do this. Everybody getting this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let us solve one more passage and we will stop it here and I will give you little homework. so that tomorrow you will be very comfortable and you will definitely get what I am saying today tomorrow. Okay? Be little patient. Okay? Okay. Passage number 2. Let us just quickly solve. There are 2 questions, I think. No, only 1 question. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, everybody done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, done. So comfortably circled, comfortably read in one go. See, tell me whether you have solved this in one go or not. Everybody, just tell me
Yes,
whether
ma'am.
you solved this in one go or not.
Yes.
Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very nice. Anybody read it one more time? Anybody read it one more time? This passage, the answer is A. Anybody read it one more time? No?
Yes, ma'am. I
Okay,
read
who
it.
read? Okay, Sanjota. Read it one more
I
time means
read
the
it.
whole passage, not just the circle keyword.
No, I did not read the whole passage. I just read some points.
Keywords. And that is fraction of
Yes,
second, right?
yes.
Okay. And most of them commenting in the message box, only once, only once, only once. Have to go for one more read time. Okay, Ayushi, but it was just the keywords, circle keywords, fraction of second.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Okay, very nice. So with practice, that also will be reduced. That you will just reading one go, marking the answer, going ahead. Okay. So now, on the basis of our passage, following assumptions have been made. Now it is talking about assumption. 1. Do not stress for the keyword. Please just, go in natural flow. See, read 1. State should have some institutions to ensure its appropriate role in a digital economy. Okay, I'm feeling that this is a logical statement, but I don't know if it is right or wrong. I will keep it on hold. I will think about it. Done? Okay. States should ensure that private parties do not violate the citizens' right to privacy. This is not even, I need to think, it is directly given in the passage. Done? Okay. Then third, digital economy is not compatible with the idea of not violating the citizens' privacy. The moment I'm reading this, I'm not feeling it, going that well, going in that sync. So two, I'm sure. Okay. So now I am eliminating B and C. I'm getting A and D. 2, I am sure. A and D, I am eliminating B and C. See, you don't need to think about 1 and 3 and all. You just need to figure out that one wrong statement, definitely wrong statement or definitely right statement. Here, definitely right statement is 2. Okay? So I am going for 2 is right. Then I am eliminating those options where 2 is not there. So B and C I am eliminating. Then A and D I am left with. I will think about only 1 because 2 is right. Elimination works like magic, like elimination of options works like magic when you have rightly eliminated it. That means, see, one somebody will be confused, but if somebody is taking one as right or wrong and just eliminating other things based on one, if the person is not even sure, then it's a disastrous, dangerous thing. But two, somebody is very confident that it is 100% sure, take two as right and then eliminate other things. 3, somebody is confused, don't know what to do not go for taking 3 as right or wrong and eliminate the things. Go for that one statement which is 100% true or 100% false. Take that statement and eliminate other things. Okay? So I took 2 as right. I eliminated B and C. Now I am stuck between A and D and I am very sure that answer is between A and B only. Then I will think about only option 1 because 2 is right only. Now one option, State should have some institutions to ensure its appropriate role in a digital society. Done. So I will read the direction of the passage. Following assumptions have been made. What is assumption? What is assumption? We have seen a fact or a statement taken for granted. Okay? That means this is talking about the role of state. Therefore, is not just to abstain from preventing something, but to do something. To maintain that role or to perform that role, state should have something. Is this going in sync? Can I assume that?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody who thinks that this is not going in sync and I should reject it? No? Everybody? Okay. Done. So I am marking A, 1 and 2. I am moving towards the next passage without thinking that what I have done in this passage is right or wrong. See, today we have just practiced 2 questions and it is just a start. That's why it is, many of you got the answer also. How many of you got answer A? How many of you got answer A? Okay, Pratik, Prafulla, Ayushi, yes. Sanjota, yes. Very good. Okay, and I hope you got it A, not just you know the answer. Okay, done. Okay, so now I am giving you some homework. You will solve question number next, just solve next 10 questions. 2020 next 10 questions you solve. You will start with question number 3. Getting? So just count and you will solve next 10 questions and we will discuss the first thing in the tomorrow's session, that 10 questions in 10-15 minutes. Then we will solve few questions from 2021. We will discuss them so that we are comfortable with 2021 pattern. Then we will solve some questions from 2023 because 2022 we have read already. Okay, like that we will finish some important questions, different types of questions in tomorrow's session with whatever we have learned today, like how to read it, how to go about it, how to analyze it. Okay, and we will see if it is helping us or not. Done. So the time is up. I am ending the session, but I am there for the doubt. I will just stop this recording first.